Hello everybody, and it is that time of the year where the sun is out and the rays are out and they are burning your face. Or they cannot be burning your face and you're smart and you put sunscreen on. But sometimes you aren't so smart and you get sunburn and you get the worst sunglasses sunburn ever. Or it can be a sunglass tan. But anyways, I'm going to teach you how to get rid of this mofo off of your face. So let's begin. To start, I prepped my face with all of my skincare hydrating stuff because sunburns and tans can really dry out your skin, so I made sure to really hydrate my skin, and I'll put down all that stuff down below. And also, if you would like to see how to get rid of a horrible sunburn, because I got horribly sunburned and my face was really burned, and if you have any tips how to get rid of these little sunspots that I got, I know, and then this mofo, and please let me know. So yeah, let's get started right now. I wanted to keep this really simple, and if you're on a budget, this will be very simple. You may not need the third item. The third item is just if you have it. If you don't, it's totally fine. I've gotten away with just using the 2 products or even just the 1 product alone to really cover this full up. The first product that I'm going to be using is going to be the Smashbox Photofinish Primer. The only reason why you may not need this is if you have just magically smooth skin, or if it's not as textury, like if you didn't get burned as much, or if you're really good at hydrating your skin, then that's great. But if you're dry and like it's all like textury right here, this is your friend. You can easily get a sample from Sephora, or get something from the drugstore. I just have this from Ipsy, that's why. But it's been a total lifesaver, and I'm just gonna kind of press it in to really get into those ridges, and then just a little bit more on my forehead, and then I'm just gonna kind of rub in because it's not as gross as it was before. Press, 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 and then whatever I have left goes on the rest of the face that wasn't affected by Burn 2K16. The second thing that I'm going to be using is going to be this Marc Jacobs green Corrector sticky thingy. I don't really like this, but it's the only green thing that I have. So you can just use some sort of corrector stick thingy as long as it's red, specifically for if you have a burn. If you don't have a burn, you don't need this, but also if you're like, I'm on a budget and I don't have money for a green concealer, then don't. It's fine. You can just pack on the concealer. I mean, it'll show just a little bit. I'm just gonna put it right here on the area that is the most disgusting of them all, and then just a teeny tiny bit right here. I mean, my forehead has severely improved since I got burned, but you know, yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of tap that in right here and then blend here because it's not as bad. I'm just going to take a tiny bit more, just more on that area, and not really blend it in. There. So that way you can still see it. And now the last and final thing that I'm going to be using on my face is a concealer. And I suggest the heaviest concealer that you have. Or if you're like, I don't really care, then just use whatever concealer you have. This is my favorite one. It's a drugstore one. Nothing compares to it ever. It's full coverage but not super heavy, which is amazing. So this is my ultimate big concealer, and I have it in dark 4. I never thought I would get to this level, but I have. So I'm going to be using that right in this area. I'm just going to take a brush, or you can use your fingers, and I'm just going to buff the forehead in first, kind of letting the nose marinate a little bit more. I'm going to use mostly stippling motions on my forehead and my nose, so I don't disrupt any of the color correction that we did. Deep, deep, deep. And then if you need a little bit more, then just grab a little bit. But so far that green concealer really is helping. I've just tried concealer and that hadn't been enough. That wasn't enough. and I would still see it when I would go to work. So I think the green concealer is a good idea if you're like, I really need to look good. Now I'm just going to use my lighter shade, the one that I used to be more medium 3, and I'm just going to use that underneath my eyes because it used to be my skin color, but now I've got it in a tan, so I'm just going to conceal spots and I'll be right back. But I repeat, emphasis on the word repeat, do not put anything in the T-zone area where the sunglasses that you just concealed, because trust me, if it's still kind of fresh and like it's like still like heat rash or whatever, heat bumps, blistering, it looks horrible with powder, and powder just emphasizes every little crevice that you have in your face, and even with the Smashbox primer it's still gonna show. Trust me, I know. I can insert a clip if you want, but it's not pretty. Okay, flash is on now. That is the end of my tutorial. I hoped I have given you some helpful tips on how to get rid of the famous sunglass tan sunburn thing. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below. Have any questions? How to get rid of a sunburn while you're on vacation and you only have hotel supplies? Then ask me. And you're in a different country? Then comment down below, because I figured it out with the help of Google. Thank you, Google. So yeah, I'll see you next time, and subscribe. What? Bye! I thought you guys would like this really nice close-up of my nose just to see how great it looks. I mean, up far away it looks totally great, but if you're getting up in someone's face, then yes. Okay.